Moore and also Dr. Bill Winston. As of right now, I don't have that on the cover. We've kind of been trying to decide if it was worth doing, putting those names on there or not.
It is.
But it is?
Yeah.
Okay. So, so we'll probably do that. You know, the thing about Tim is, and I'm being completely transparent with you guys, I don't know how he would do in an interview setting in mass media, and I'm just being completely honest with you guys when I say this. So what I had asked our PR guy is to say, look, how can we really get some traction on this, but maybe not, he might, I don't know, I'm not positive about that, that's all I'm saying.
We know Tim fairly well, and
Yeah,
I would agree with you 100%.
So I don't know what else to do but to just be completely transparent with you on it. I mean, this is basically the first in several books that he's going to put out in a study series, different topics that all, you know, once again, they're going to follow along the charismatic, you know, theology and along that line. So, you know, potentially can do well in all of those markets that service that, you know, word of charismatic angle.
You better be his man.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep that one pretty competitively priced as well.
Okay.
This one for you, Michael.
Okay, this next one, this is a fun book. I think it has a great hook to it, partially because of just the political landscape that's going on right now. I'm sure that's obvious as you guys see that. This book is written by a woman, Jenny Cook-Stavali. She is absolutely on the rise in women's meetings and women's circles and becoming sort of a seminar speaker. So Tim Story did the foreword for it, and Tim's a longtime friend of mine as well. But the thing that was neat about this book is I thought it would do well to get some double takes because of the statement of Jesus was a liberal. Of course, the idea behind this isn't that Jesus was a liberal, you know, politically and pro-abortion and that sort of thing, but that he was a very liberal giver. And so the introduction, the first chapter, you know, basically cover that segment. And then honestly, after that, it rolls into a lot of attributes about Jesus that would very much compare to charismatic theology once again. So I think it's got a good hook. This is her first book that's distributed. She's got a lot of good power. She's very connected with TBN. I would imagine that once it comes out, in fact, they host TBN all the time, many times. I don't know if it's on the national one, guys. I'm sorry, I don't know everything about that, but I do know she's got some good presence there. She's very close with Benny Hinn, and a lot of that category. I'm trying to think of everybody that she probably would be able to get on with, but. So this one, honestly, we're not probably putting as much big PR dollars into it, but she's pretty scrappy, and I have a feeling that she's going to use her connections and get some good exposure on this book.
Hey, Christian, question. Would John Bevere make for a stronger forward than Tim Story?
You know, if you guys wanted that, I can get John to do it.
I mean...
that really wouldn't be a big deal.
Do you want to tie him to liberal theology?
I just thought maybe, you know, John's pretty hot author right now.
Right. Okay.
I'm just throwing it out on the table. I don't know what everybody else thinks.
Hey, listen, you guys are the experts. Believe me, if I could sit as a fly on the wall in some of your meetings, I have a feeling I would learn an awful lot about what's going to actually do well. But yes, she and I both know John very well. I think that we could pull that off. And what I'll do on some of these things that you're suggesting to me is we'll make some of those changes if they can be done, and I'll feed back to Jim when we're able to work some of those things out, and we'll make some revisions on the sell sheet.
Okay.
Thank you.
We also need to have authors' hometowns on all these.
Oh, okay.
That's a big thing for the ABA trade market. If they have stores there, they want to make sure they're covered.
You guys mentioned
Got
it's
it.
not.
No, it needs to be
Okay.
an issue.
I will do that. My apologies.
Okay.
And Christian, on these TBN appearances and things like that, and I'm sorry if you just said this and it went by me, any of that specific dates you can get to Jim, that'll be helpful.
Okay. Yeah, so now that we've set the date on when this is going to go out, she can probably start getting that lined up. So I might even have some of that information in the next few weeks. I don't know what your timeline is for, having that information be helpful. I don't know when, the decisions are made, but I can sure light a fire underneath her about it and I have a feeling she'll probably go on Benny's too, but there's no telling. I know she's very, very close with the hymns. So, and also Jensen Franklin is another one. I would imagine she'll probably speak at Jensen's church and a few of those other ones. I wouldn't throw them out unless I knew it was pretty much a done deal. So I'm not just saying that. But yeah, so anyway, that is what it is. I have a feeling she's going to write a bunch more, and so she's going to start really pushing this author thing as well. So I'm thinking this book could potentially do well.
I just had a question about the price point of the Healing and the Jesus was a liberal. I mean, do we think that it should just be bumped up? $13.99 is...
It's the same page count as the parenting book on the next page, only it's $1 less.
Yeah, I just thought that because of any discounting and specials, if you start out too low, then...
Yeah. So you're saying maybe the Healing should go 14?
What does everybody think?
No, I was thinking liberal go to $14.99
on this because pricing strategy, man, it's all over the board. And I know Chris Robinette, who's a longtime friend of our family, he was always pushing me to keep that price lower and lower. And I guess it depends upon if you're trying to shoot for extra discounts or.
That's what's needed these days. So I think the dollar extra is going to give us a little more cushion.
Okay, I'll do that.
So for both Healing and liberal, $14.99.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Because if they're going to go after it, they're going to pay an extra buck, or they're going to pass it.
Okay, next one.
$13 a dead price.
Which brings up a question, if you don't mind me asking out of my ignorance. If one of the buyers, like you guys, did want to have some extra discount on it, how does that end up back in my lap? How do we find out about that? Is it through Jim?
It would be on your sales report details. You can see the sale discount that comes through for those.
Right.
In the case,
Because
We'll get permission from you guys.
yeah.
the one luxury that I do have with all of these people is I have their ear. And if I told them, hey, we need to do some extra discount on this, in probably almost all cases I can work that out.
Well, we're pretty much, when we're dealing with some of the large organizations like CBD and so forth, we're basically 60 plus
Okay.
to have to deal with. So if we can have the cushion 60 to 70, and if in case there's anything that gets really exciting, and Iraq guys are at 70, then we just need to have that build into that we can come back to you and say,
Iraq, it's the
No.
Iraq guys.
yeah,
The Iraqis.
yeah.
Completely lost them over here. Like, what?
You gotta follow
I don't think you would like any of them sometimes.
Send them on that marriage retreat.
That's right. I need it. All right, go ahead.
Okay, I'll talk to Jim about that in the next week or so. I know you guys have other sales calls going on, so we'll follow up on that and find out what needs to happen. Okay, the last one that I was going to talk to you about is the parenting handbook. Another potential, I think this could do well. It's extremely well done. It's got a lot of great research, and also it's very Bible-based. This is co-authored by two guys, Kip Patterson, who I think is more of the research arm, as I'm understanding, and then Alan Andrus, who's more of the front man. Alan Andrus full-time travels and speaks on a lot of the success and motivational circuits, including Get Motivated, which is how I met him. And he's got a good platform, but to be completely honest, his platform isn't necessarily in the area of parenting. So I don't know, that may not matter. The book's well done. I just am not 100% sure if he's wanting to put, or if we're going to end up putting any big money behind it. And once again, I'm just being honest.
Can you get
I
a
don't
record?
100% know what's going to happen media-wise on it. So I wanted you guys to see it. you know, because I know there's a lot of demand for parenting books as well, and they seem to be you know, similar to healing books where they tend to stay on the shelf for a long time, but most of the parenting books that are out right now are multiple years old. So it might be nice to have a new face coming in, a new book face. And this one is definitely going to involve some handbook stuff. It is going to have a few areas that are like workable stuff that parents can work on. So,
What makes them authorities on parenting?
you know, that's a good question. I don't know that I know the answer to that, guys.
That's why I think a forward by someone who is known is really important for this project to give some kind of validity.
Someone who's in the parenting space.
Yes.
Yeah, endorsements from Focus on the Family or Family Life Radio or somebody like that would help a lot too.
Yeah, I felt today that's a good idea.
Christian, since it's written by two men, is there at least a chapter on like stay-at-home dads or anything like that?
You know, I think there is. Here, hold on. I remember seeing stuff like that. Let me take a look at it real quick.
Too bad reading about it.
You know what? I don't have it here. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have it. I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll follow up with Jim about that as well. But yes, I do know there was, what I was going to look for is to see if it was a section or if it was just a chapter. But I remember reading that, so. Yeah, I know that is a little bit unique to only have men who are writing it. So who knows?
Alan Andrus is not the writer for Deseret, is he?
No, I don't think so. I think this is the first one they've done in this space.
Can you confirm that he's not hooked up with Deseret?
And what is the name of the book?
Oh, I don't know. I just know Deseret has an author named Alan Andrus. I'll make sure it's not the same guy.
Okay, I'll find out.
Not that Mormons can't write on parenting.
Mormons don't know anything about parenting.
No, I wish I had some more concrete on that on this book, guys. I'm sorry I don't. So I mean, don't take your job on it.
We have a one family in our homeschool.
But it's a good one. Good have something
Kids
like
and
that.
adopted more. It's like, I gotta give it to them for that.
Right. Any other questions for us, Sophus? Christian?
No, I think that's it. Anything else from you guys? Otherwise, I'll just do a little bit of homework from the things you asked, and I'll follow up with Jim here in the next week.
Make sure that you copy Rachel and Karen and anything you send me, just so we make everything covered.
Oh, Karen Fulton, right?
Karen Fulton
Yep.
All right, I'll do it.
and Rachel. All right. Thank you, Christian.
You did such a great job. Take the rest of the day off.
There we go. No such luck.
That's probably not happening, is it?
No, not today.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Let's take our coffee break and we'll reconvene for 3 o'clock with our next author who is here. All right?
Is it 3 or 3?
Turn it down.
3? 3. Yep.
Briefly look at are we doing 3 or 3 down?
But we'll move everything up.
We haven't had a break all day.
We're taking it on this side of
This is the next.
It's the other one.
Oh, yeah.
Car Solon?
So do you guys, Redneck, is that a thing up there? Do you use that there? Yeah. He's written
Little offensive.
Did you hear about the new book that just came out? Like, why did I start talking about it and I forget about it? It's about... See,
2 words.
it's 2
I was
words.
like, this word.
And it's about the people who live in the Appalachian